Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and I want to thank everybody joining me live for this very exciting, beautiful, educative, inspiring time out. Thank you so much for give me a share of your time. I do not take it for granted at all. Like I'll always ask you, please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there is something called Knocks to Nuggets. Our YouTube station is always there. You can go there and view past editions, and I know that it will honestly add value to you. Now, today, I have a special guest in the house, and I'm so excited to have her in the house. February has been the love month, so we talked about Valentine. Yes, we have exchanged the roses, the cakes, and all of that. But after I've said I do, what next? And I have a guest in the house today who is an adept speaker. She's a leader, a marriage counselor, and a servant of God whose ministry spans decades and has impacted many across the world. Her passion is ministering the love of God to individuals and families spiritually, physically, emotionally, and handling health needs, thus bringing joy and encouragement to the brokenhearted and discouraged. She believes the family is the core for any society, and achieving holistic health and well-being at the family level is key to creating a better world. She's a trained nurse and midwife with a BSc in health education and MSc in public health. She's a practitioner in the Family Systems Engineering. She holds a first degree in theology from the God's Army Bible College, and she's an ordained deaconess at TREM, where we both worship. I'm excited about that. She's the founder of Joyful Connections. Joyful Connections is a relationship counseling service that empowers people to live their best lives and create a community of support for all individuals. She believes that relationship is the way in which two or more individuals are connected, or the state of being connected, cared for, supported, and have mutual understanding, and most of all, love, and that the connections should be joyful. She's happily married for over 33 years. So she's qualified to talk to us about this after I said I do. She's blessed with children and grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to receive on the Knocks to Nuggets platform this beautiful morning, Olufemi Aiyegoro. Hey, Big Sis, good to have you in the house.
Happy to be here. Very excited to be here, PY.
Thank you so much. Thank you for finding time to be here. I'm in your area of comfort, your comfort zone, because I know you are so big on marriage and relationship management. And I've just come to ask you some few questions. February has been month of love. We've done flowers, we've done cakes, we've done roses, gifts everywhere, love in the air. Some have proposed, some have gotten married.
Yes.
After I've said I do, so I've tied the knots, so I'm Mrs. Somebody, I'm Mr. in terms of being married. Is love enough?
Well, love is a crucial foundation for building a successful marital relationship. But whether love is enough or not is dependent on your scope of definition of what love is. A psychologist called Robert Sternberg talked about 3 domains of love in his definition of the triangle of love. And if you give me a bit of time, I'll be able to talk briefly on these areas.
Yes, please go.
Oh, yes. He talked about the passion aspect of love. He talked about the influence, and he talked about the the commitment area of love. And let me just say a bit about those areas. When you talk about the passion aspect of love, that is when you're talking about the physical attraction, the romance, and the sexual consummation, which should actually happen in the ambit of marriage. It should be experienced and enjoyed in the ambit of marriage, according to my own belief. And then We can also talk about the intimacy
Intimacy.
aspect.
Okay.
The intimacy aspect is the aspect of friendship where you seek to want to know somebody and you want to be known.
Mm.
Where you talk about understanding.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
where you begin to talk about what is this person's personality, what is this person's love language. I want to know
Mm.
because I want to add value. Then going to the commitment aspect, that is the cognitive aspect, where you have a decision, you make up your mind, a decision to love this person on a short term and on the long run to ensure that this is for life. I'm committed to this for life.
Mm.
So I want to say that love is a commitment to another person's ultimate value, ultimate goal, regardless of the circumstances around. Love talks about adding value to someone else, regardless of reciprocation.
Mm.
So if you view love in this area and you action it, then I can say that love is sufficient. But if
Mm.
looking at the passion aspect, which is the common area people focus on, it will not be enough because
Mm.
it waxes and it wanes. It
Mm.
goes up and down. There are times I want to be in that romantic space. There are times that circumstances would want to drag me out. But when you fuel it with intimacy, when you fuel it with commitment, definitely it will sustain that home.
Wow. Now you've taken love out of what we always have thought love is. People have limited love to the feeling. They have limited love to that jiggy 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 I love you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But you've
Mm-hmm.
taken it out of that. So talking about influence and
Mm.
commitment. But you said something that is making my head just go in different levels of thought. You
Mm.
said love is adding value to someone else regardless of reciprocation.
Yes.
Hmm, that's a tall one. So if we understand, that means that a lot of us don't even understand what love really is. We
That
are
is it.
caught up
It
in
goes
the
beyond the fireworks of passion,
hmm, hmm,
not just passion alone.
hmm. Hey, I'm still on this. How then do we I'm looking at it. How do we educate ourselves on the totality of love? Because the society generally has caged us into that small bit. Love is all about passion. Once you just feel I love the person, that's all that is enough. How do we move it out? How do we expatiate to ensure that everybody understands, particularly at the courtship level? What would you advise?
Mm. At the courtship level, when you want an outcome, you have to seek preparation, you have to have an expectation, and then
Hmm.
you need to work on those expectations. You have to action them. And nobody knows it all. You must seek knowledge. It's painful to see that people spend time to go for medical checkups. People spend time to service their machines, either your cars, your generators, and everything. But when it comes to the aspect of relationship, people believe I can work it out with my feelings. And that is where we have issues. So there are people that are qualified. There are people that have experiences that can lead you, guide you, and add value to your relationship to ensure that you have a holistic view of what we're talking about, love.
Hmm. So I hear you, and if I'm hearing you right, you are telling me that there are counselors to talk to.
Oh, yes, there are counselors to talk to, and it's not everyone that goes by the label counselor that you can really rely on. When it
Hmm.
comes to counseling, there are even areas of specialization. There are people that are specialized in children counseling. But for love, love is generalized actually. It's not only in the marital sphere
Okay.
that you talk about love. Love is generalized. But when it comes to the issue of marriage, issue of homes, it has a bit of tweak. You understand? There are
Yes.
areas added to it that you may not be able to express. Talking about the passion, there's an extent, there's a boundary where you can express passion to just any other person who you are not in marital relationship with. So marriage is actually very, very, very special because you're looking at it to last a lifetime.
A lifetime.
Yes, so it's not like I meet a friend today. If she doesn't suit my purpose, if our values do not align, I can call it
Okay.
quits.
Mm. So
But the way
still
we do marriage is different.
still thinking about that, are you then saying that even after marriage, we should still think of counseling? I mean, I grew up in that circle that says in marriage, whatever happens in your home, keep it with yourselves. Don't talk to a third party. Let not a third party know what is going on in your home. Is that really the right advice?
As a matter of fact, I can tell you that evil thrive in secrecy. And when you bottle up things, it gains ground and becomes worse than before. The important thing is to be sure who you are talking to. Because
Mm,
these days, people go to their parents, to talk about their homes. I can say for free that this is wrong because the emotional attachment of your mom to you would not let go. There are times you have issues within your home, and then you go tell your mom, you've gone back home, you've settled with your spouse, but your mom is still pained because of the emotional, biological attachment to you. And so sometimes it will show up in
mm.
her, relationship with that spouse.
Very
So,
true.
and there is bias. There's always bias somehow,
Mm,
naturally. You understand? So,
mm,
also, you have to ensure that you get the right counselors that really know what their job is. So,
mm.
it's always important to seek counsel. Like I said, go and check out your relationship with the
So
qualified counselor.
thank you. So
Yeah.
it's important, and I need to really stress upon that, that it's important for you to seek counsel, but seek counsel with the right people. Like
Yes.
medical practitioners would say, don't operate on your family because your emotions get into it. The
Oh,
same
yes.
way, seek counsel outside your family, seek
Yes.
professional counsel, and it
Yes.
will help your home. But big sis, there's one term I hear often, and I want to ask you. I asked somebody before, but I'm going to ask you. Suddenly, you see this couple in love. Oh, everywhere their hands together, holding hands, roses are being exchanged, cake is being exchanged, and then they tie the knot. And every time they're wearing the same thing. If the husband is in a blue, the wife is in a blue. If he's in a purple, the wife is in a purple. Different shades, same colors, all of that. And then suddenly, you hear that phrase, irreconcilable differences. How?
Hmm. The fireworks of love has quenched. That
Mm,
is the state they are in at that time. There's a presupposition that says that there are no bad marriages. What we have is one or two disempowered adults in a
mm,
disempowered state. Knowledge is key. When someone feels accepted and is not judged by his weakness or her weakness, then you are vulnerable. You open up. And in the place of intimacy, like I mentioned, talking about the triangle of love, you begin to seek to know each other better. You begin to understand each other better. And you remember the definition of love I said earlier.
yeah.
When you want to add value, regardless of reciprocation, then it will be difficult to have irreconcilable differences. Because in the place of friendship, you would have talked things over. In the place of friendship, there would be respect, there will be boundaries. And so when misunderstanding comes, you will be able to quickly resolve it. You know,
Mm,
it is respect and dignity that keeps us together.
mm,
So we are better together than apart. And also, like I said, you have to fuel passion with intimacy and commitment. That
mm,
is very, very key. So when you are working only on the passion aspect of love, you are exchanging gifts, you are spending time, and then you are not working on the commitment to say, this is forever, and I'm going to roll up my sleeves and work on it. I'm going to take the shit. Because
Hmm.
sometimes we stand in the place of yes and no. I'm right and I'm wrong. I wonder where you're taking the shield to. Because as a matter of fact, we are a team. We are working as a team. And
Hmm.
in a team, there is no star that wins the game. We just went through the football league. Messi
Yeah.
couldn't have won the game all by himself. It was a teamwork. And it took understanding of the strikers with the defenders, with the goalkeeper, and everybody working together before we can say, yes, this team won. So, coming to the area of irreconcilable differences, there has to be pre-knowledge, even before you go into that institution. Nobody goes into a university without having some courses on the college level, on the secondary school level, on the primary school level. There has to be requirements before you go in there. But these days, we just want to jump into it, maybe because my mates are already married and I've, stayed in my home for 30 years, 40 years. I'm of marriageable age. I can afford it. I have all that it takes financially to enter into the institution. Yes, I love this person, just the passionate area of love. And so I'm set to go. Or I finished my education and I'm set to go. No, there are
Hmm.
steps, there are foundations to be built so that
Hmm.
when you get into it, you can build on that foundation and you can be sure your marriage is solid
Hmm.
and will stand the test of time, because the test of time must come. Permit me to say in the Bible, it says, and the word tried him, Joseph.
Hmm.
There will be times of trials. You can't escape it.
Hmm.
So what
Hmm.
sustains you at that time
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
the knowledge you have, the intimacy, and your commitment.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hmm. Wow, the word tries you. So trials cannot be prayed out of life. They're
No,
actually a part of life.
no.
So Knox to Nugget is a platform that educates. So we're going to go to the educative part of it now to ask you, what are those tools that helps us to have a successful home? What are the tools?
Okay. So, like I said earlier, marriage is worked out, and it is the outcome of your marriage will be dependent on your preparation, your expectation, and your application. So all of this would begin from the premarital area, in the area of counseling. So I talk about the popular one, love. I love him, he loves me. Have you taken time to find out the love map of this person? And
Mm,
when I'm talking about the love map, it starts from the home. There are two major institutions that helps you shape your love map. We know that when we are born into this world, we are tabula rasa, plain in our souls, you know. But when you come in contact with your handlers, be it your parents or people who raised you, they begin to drop unconsciously indelible marks that begins to shape the map of how you view love. What is love to me? Do I really love myself? Have I been in contact with someone that has actually quenched the flame of love in my life, such that I cannot give what I don't have? When I don't have love, I cannot love another person. So this person I'm saying I'm going into this relationship with, have I found out what his love languages are? Is it words of affirmation?
mm,
Is it quality time? Is it acts of service? Is it touch? And so on and so forth. Everybody would need a measure of all of this at
mm,
a point in time or the other.
mm,
But there are people who are big on specifics of all of
mm.
these five love languages. So you need to find out this person I'm doing life with, what is key to him? What is his
Oh,
personality? I can't go into expatiating on all of that right now so that I
yeah.
can cover other areas I would expect that you work on. You take
Okay.
cognizance of in the premarital stage, and then you continue to work on even when you
Mm,
get into the marriage itself.
mm.
So I'll quickly move on to communication. How do you
Communication.
communicate? Is there respect? Is there compliment? You find this out even in the place of courtship, because I said you must actually build friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is his financial management like?
Hmm.
And in this place, I want to say that we always should defer to the superior arguments. If you are in a
Hmm.
relationship with your spouse, maybe the wife is a better financial manager, you can defer to her. You don't have to be the manager of the finances of the home. What is
Hmm.
our budget like?
Hmm.
What are our priorities? How are we
True.
going to spend our money in our family budget? Those are also very essential.
Hmm.
And I come to the big one. What is the purpose of this marriage? Your why.
Pose your why.
When
Hmm.
your why is big enough, then it is difficult for you to be swayed by any differences. It will always be reconcilable.
Hmm.
Why am I in this marriage? Who am I as a wife? Who am I as a husband? Am I there as the husband to groom the members of this family, to bring out the potentials in these people, to enhance these potentials and make sure that they get to the goal that they are looking out to add value? We go back to that again, definition of love. To add value to this person and make sure that she or he consistently improves in the areas where he's focused.
Hmm.
Why are you in this marriage? Am I there as a wife to support, to comfort? Again, I keep going back to the Bible because that is my area,
Yeah.
and it's my religion and it's my belief.
Yeah.
When Rebecca came to Jacob,
Okay.
he was comforted from his mother's death.
Yeah.
Am I a wife that brings comfort? Am I focusing on ensuring that this guy is happy? We talk about psychosomatic illnesses these days, illnesses that arise as a result of stress, hypertension, anxiety. There's so much out there now that can lead you to, hypertension and all of those ailments. So the home should be a haven, a comfort zone where I find rest, I find love, I find acceptance, I find succor. So am I a wife or a husband
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
is fueling this in the life of my spouse? It
Hmm.
is very key. So why am I in this marriage? Because some of us get into marriages because we just need an ATM machine, somebody that will just dish out money for me to live a very beautiful, comfortable life. And some of us,
Wow. Different reasons why we get into marriage. I think we lost her a bit there. She will soon be back. But she has said so many things that we need to really chew on. Why are you getting married? And somebody said the problem is many people are getting married because their mates are getting married. And for some, what next after school? I finished my school, I'm working, I'm earning. What else? It's just not marriage. And some of us parents are actually the key. We are the ones saying, okay, so what's next? Okay, now you are married, what's next? Okay, so now what next? And we are the ones pushing this what next, what next, what next? And then people jump into marriages that they are not really sure about. She has talked about the love map, communication, financial management, and your purpose, your why. The interesting thing about purpose is that it goes into every area of life. When you're talking about career, you're talking about your why. You're talking about business, you're talking about your why. Now you're talking about marriage again, we're talking about why. Until you discover purpose, you honestly cannot live life to the full. So it's very important you find your purpose. No matter what you do, purpose is key. And I'm excited because next week we're going to be talking about the International Women's Day. And this one is all about women. And we are going to be embracing equity. And I have a guest in the house. She'll be in the house next week with us, Titi Lope Ogunsuga. So keep your eyes on. Don't even blink because Mrs. Olufemi Aiyegoro, she is back in the house. Yes, you are welcome back.
thank you so much. So sorry. I don't know what happened to that internet.
Yes, go ahead.
Anyway, so I was talking about the purpose that when your wife surpasses your lifetime,
Hmm.
then it's easier for you to get to the end. of that marriage, you know.
The networks aren't smiling today. Well, not a problem. She's going to come back in pretty soon. And she said some, I'm still going to remind us on some things she said. Said, go, don't get into marriage without the right education. I'm sure you have heard it said severally that marriage is the one school that you get your certificate of completion just as you are starting. So don't forget that at all. Okay, so she's back. Yes, she's back. Yes.
So sorry. So, I want to talk about your vision and your value, because when you talk
Mm.
about your why, your vision will be tied to that your why, and it's your values that will run your vision. If you don't get it right in the area of values, you may not be able to accomplish that vision.
Mm.
So what are your values? Do they align? Because the alignment of values is what will also keep you together. If your human relationship value does not align, is he a loving person? Does he like to empathize? Does he show kindness, or does she show kindness?
Mm. Those are key. Your value actually runs your vision.
You know,
Mm.
someone that wants to be competent in what they do. Is she someone that has values of influence? You want to show leadership traits wherever you go. You want to be able to take responsibility. Then what are the spiritual value, which is very, very key? The
Mm.
Bible says in Amos 3:3, can two work together except they agree?
True.
When we talk about people that are not compatible, it has to do a lot with the value. When you don't have the same spiritual value, then it's easy to have misunderstanding.
Mm.
There must be alignment. Who does he believe in? Who does she believe in? Does she even have reverence for someone, the
Mm.
ultimate being?
Mm.
How
Mm.
committed is this person to that ultimate being that he has, that is committed, that he has respect for? So again, what is unique about this person? Is he one that loves to have fun? Is he one that is playful? Is he one that is creative, innovative? So you need to study. I have to say study to show yourself approved. The workman that needs not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Shame will come. Disagreement will come. Pain will come when you have not studied even your spouse.
Mm.
So, having done this, we go to the area of fitness.
Fitness.
What keeps you fit in this marriage? You can never see an athlete who is still in the career, sleeping all day, week round, month round. No. No matter how cold it is, no matter how hot it is, you see them get up in the morning and go for that jog. You see them get in touch with their coach and they begin to point out, which area do I need to improve on? When we come together as friends, as lovers, it's always blissful. We always have goals. It's always rosy. But do we throw back those things that we used to do when we now get into the marriage institution? Do we still have night dates together? Do we still build the intimacy? Do I have time for my spouse? Or every day of the week, I'm in the office from 7 a.m. Maybe I've even left home in Lagos now, like 5 a.m. I don't get back until 12 midnight. And then we just get to talk a little bit, and that's it. Then come weekend, we are still not here together. We've gone for some, programs, maybe parties, church programs, all of that. Don't get me wrong, I'm an ardent, commit, committed person to the church program. But there must be space to build your home. There must
Mm.
be time to be together. Can you cook together? Can you eat together? Can you learn new games together? Research has shown that when you learn new things together with your spouse, you begin to develop more neurons. It brings bonding. It brings understanding. You have more things to talk about. You can read the same book together. You can watch film together. Spice up your love relationship at every time. Don't get too old to spice up your relationship. And with that, you will know that you are heading to the blissful marriage.
Wow. Spice up your relationship. I said something. You are not too old to spice up the
You
relationship.
are
So if
never
you're
too.
physical and you have been married for 30 years, you can still spice up the relationship. You can still get it going. Marital bliss is possible. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Ma. You said so much,
Mm.
and I've just been writing on as
Yes.
always.
I still have a bit if I have more time.
Please
But
go ahead.
okay. Then we have to work as a team.
Mm.
When one is hurting, we are all hurting together. Working as a team says no one is more important. Because like I say, I keep going back to the football pitch. If the striker feels is more important than the defender, or the goalkeeper says, I'm the one that does not allow us to concede goals, so I'm the most important in this team, and he does not work in congruence with other, members of the team, definitely that team will lose.
Mm.
So we have to work as a team. Whatever hurts another hurts me. We have to find what we call open day. A day when we set aside, probably once in a week, once in a month, depending on how much time you have. But you must create time for this anyway.
Mm.
When we come together, everybody is permitted to say what hurts them about the other. Nobody is permitted to take offense, and nobody is permitted to take it outside that day. We talk about what I don't like about you. We talk about what I don't also understand about you. And then we trash it out there. We come to an agreement, and that is it. We are free to talk. Particularly when children start coming in. Don't see them as too young. They have to be part of the value formation for the home, part of the vision for the home, and they also have to be part of this open day. Otherwise, rebellion is inevitable.
Mm.
So allow them air their view. Gone are the days when daddy is talking, the child must not say anything. Or mommy is talking, the child must keep quiet. Allow them express themselves. And you allow your spouse express him or herself. That is the place of understanding. You stoop under to
Mm.
understand each other. You have to, you have to lay down your own rights, like I said before. Life is not always about right or wrong. It's not about I'm the one that is right here. It's about what can make for our peace and progress.
Mm. Wow. I think we lost her there. Like I saw that call trying to come in severally, and that must have just cut off her call. But she'll be back as she will be rounding up soon. She also talked about working as a team. And I love this comment on communication. Communication, grow together, spice up your love language, keep reinventing the relationship, keep it fresh, work as a team, both of you equally important. Trash issues in an open day. Open day, just like you have open day for children when you go to their school to see what's going on, you also need to have open day as a family when you can talk about issues and trash them. So I'll take you on, ma.
And then we need to continually develop our relationship. What will make for increase, improvement, progress in the life of my spouse? How do we spice up, like I said earlier? How do we do things differently to bring more fun, to
Mm,
spark up the flame of our relationship?
mm.
And lastly, we need to get a coach, like I said earlier.
Get a
Seek
coach.
help, service regularly your relationship, and you will see it blissful. Thank
Hmm.
you very much.
Thank you so much, Mami. Your landing point was very key. Seek help, get a coach. So we have coaches, we have marital coach, we have career coach, you have fitness coach. You need to have a marital coach in every area of life. You need mentors. Thank you so much, Ma, for your time today. I truly do appreciate you. And I'm hearing you saying marital bliss is possible. Thank you
Yes,
so, so much for being
very
with me
true.
on this program. And like I will
Thank you.
always say, I will come again. Thank you so
No
much. I
problem.
hope to bring
You're
you back
welcome.
on stage sometime soon. Thank you very
I
much, Ma.
really appreciate you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for your time, audience. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much. That was a mouthful. That's so much to chew on. No matter how long you've been married, you never know it all. I want to encourage you to share this with somebody. Let somebody out there listen to this. You might just be saving a home. You might just be rescuing. Maybe that's even the word I want to use. Rescuing a home. And like I always say, please like the video, share it, let somebody out there know that there's something called Knocks to Nugget. And I was talking about next week. Next week, I have in the house Titilope Oguntuga on the special International Women's Day edition as we embrace equity. You don't want to miss it. And I want to say a big thank you to every single person that has been with me on this program. Thank you for bringing on all your comments. Thank you for the feedback. I truly appreciate it. And for those that will watch after, thank you also for a share of your time. I look forward to seeing you next week. But remember, if you can think it, you can be it, and you can have it. And as always, before I go, let's keep praying for Nigeria. We're going to see the Nigeria of our dreams and desires. The peace of God will rule and reign in Nigeria. Nigeria will come out of all of this bigger, better, and stronger in the name of Jesus. Let's keep praying. Let's keep believing. Nigeria will be great again. And until I come your way next week, Monday, another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. Never forget it. If you can think it, you can be it, and you can have it. And as always, together we win. God bless you. See you next week. Bye for now. Now I'm laughing because I'm saying it again and again, and it's just so true. Bye for now. I love you all.